Hello all and welcome back to the final episode of Coffee Talk. I know it's sad, but if it makes you feel any better, it should be a little bit of a long one. Should be. Because today, I'm going to get all of the achievements and let me test something real quick. Oh no. Give me 1 second. Right, and there we go. So now if I do this, you can now see what I do. So you can see, bye-bye to you. I have 14 out of 24 achievements. And I'm not gonna go over them yet, but now I can show you when I get the achievements. So that'll be a little bit cool. But anyways, continuing on with the final day after a couple of weeks. Coachella Festival proves to be a major boost for Seattle tourism. More women have spoken out and claim Morris Lester lied, and no-show reports indicate possible herpes outbreak at Coachella. I don't know if I already read this, but I don't care. I'm reading it again. I already have like a crew here. Hello! You're finally here. Hey y'all! Hey, you. Hey Freya. Huh, someone's feeling happy today. Of course! Did they? They proved it! We're so happy for you. Congrats! Oh my! Do you know how happy I am? Judging from your expressions, I'd say somewhere between ecstatically and rapturously. You're goddamn right! Oh my god, oh my god. How did they react to the draft? Surprisingly, they liked it. That's amazing. I know, right? I couldn't believe it either. They told me if the book sells well, they'll definitely sign me for a second book. I'm so happy. And it's all thanks to this coffee shop anyway. Whatever happens with the book now, I can take things a little slower. Because they gave me a year to finish it. With a feedback session every month. Sounds professional enough. Of course. They are the biggest publisher around. Enough about me. How's the coffee shop been doing? It's been great. We've had a lot of new customers lately. And some old timers, of course. I heard Hyde's back from his trip to Korea. Yeah. He brought us some gifts back. He didn't get any for me? I'm not sure. But he did say he always gives gifts directly. Gift giving the old-fashioned way, huh? How about you? Things are great. The last time I saw you was before your mini break. Yes, we decided to go to Coachella. Wow. That event was a mess. Yeah, 3 hours at the festival was enough for us. So, where did you go after that? We ended up in Port Townsend. How was it? I enjoyed it. Never knew a historical trip could be fun. Oh yeah, I saw your new profile picture, Aqua. You both look so cute. Oh man. Thanks. Was that taken during your vacation? No. It was at Max. They had a Japanese style photo booth there. So I forced her to take a picture with me. Together. You're at Max too, Myrtle? Yeah. I helped her out a bit with the booth. Thank you. You don't have to keep thanking me. By the way, have any of you heard from Neil? No. Not me. They did send 2 postcards to the coffee shop. Really? Yeah, one's from Coachella. That's not even that far away. Why send a postcard? Hard to tell with them. What about the second one? It's from New York. What? What are they doing in New York? Beats me. Working on their mission, maybe? Yeah, probably. Oh dang, that car's lights. I don't know if that's happened before. That car's lights, it was like all faded and stuff. That's cool. I'd stand more of a chance hit there. Anyway, guys, we're leaving for the night. Ooh, come on. So soon? We were here for hours before you arrived. Yeah, we need to work tomorrow. Fair enough. Take care on your way then. Look at the car's lights. Good luck with the novel. Thanks. See ya, Keaton. See you around. And they never returned. They look happier than when I first met them. They do. It's not easy to find someone you can be comfortable with in such a short amount of time. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry if it seems like I'm ignoring you, Baileys. No worries. I don't feel ignored at all. Hey, are you by yourself then? No, I'm waiting for Lua. She has some work to do. This late at night? Yeah. She's been doing overtime for the past few days. How are the two of you doing? Things have been great. In fact, after 10 years together, we're finally moving in together next month. Wow, congrats. But I thought Lua lived with her flatmate. We're moving to a new place. She got promoted recently, and her company's providing her with an apartment. Wow, she must be a really big deal in her office. Well, she definitely earns more than me. And that's not saying much, Baileys. You shouldn't say that to a fellow freelancer. Oh, here she comes. Baileys, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect it to take so long. I thought it would be done by... Honey. It's alright. Freya and Keaton have been keeping me company anyways. Oh, hey Freya. Yeah, and Keaton. Sorry for barging in without saying hi. How's it going? I would say things are great. But not as great as you two lovebirds. You told her already? Only about the moving in part. As you've heard, we're going to move in together next month. Where is it? Not far. I mean, the company provided the place, so they want to cut my commuting cost as much as possible. That's thoughtful of them. It means I don't need to reimburse my taxi fees when I'm working overtime. Oh, yeah, that too. It also means we get to visit this place more often. That's a good point. We owe this coffee shop a lot anyways. Don't mention it. No, seriously, don't mention it, or else I'll have to kick you out. I have a question for both of you. Go on. Last time we met, I believe you were going to introduce Baileys to your parents. How did it go? Man. Her father didn't kill me, at least. Well, at least Papa let you eat lunch with us. That's rare, you know? I know. And at least they didn't say no. Which means a lot, I guess. It was a good start. It was definitely a good start. Anyway, Baileys, we need to go now, or we'll miss the intro again. You folks going somewhere? Yeah, we're going to watch the midnight screening of Full Metal Conflict. And it'll take you for someone who likes FMC, Lua. I don't, but this guy loves it. Hey, you always enjoyed watching me play the game. I enjoyed watching you, not the game. Too bad I didn't introduce you to Myrtle just now, Baileys. She worked on the game. Really? Oh well, I'll be visiting this place more often. I'll probably meet her again one of these days. You probably will. Now, go, you lovebirds. You don't want to miss the movie. Alright, catch up with you later, Freya. Bye, Kian. Enjoy the movie. And enjoy they did. But seen they were not for later. Here they go. I'm so happy for them. They still got a long way to go. And probably a lot of obstacles in their path. But they're moving forward. Yeah. How will you write their story? As it is. It's beautiful enough. And it has enough drama. Huh. That's one way to put it. Anyway. What's the outlook for? You haven't told me about any of our other friends here. How are they doing? You only skipped coming for 10 days. What do you expect? Come on, they played an important part in my writing process, remember? Well, there are some updates about the regulars. Tell me. Where should we start? No, I don't know either. Oh. Lua visits this place more often now that they live nearby. The last time they came, they were talking about catering in venues for a wedding. Hyde returned from his trip to Korea and brought gifts. Some are more special than others. He said he's considering moving back to Seattle if his agency allows it. Hako continues her work with the university. She's still working on small indie games. The difference is she's not alone now. Neil. The only news about their superhero breeding mission are the 2 postcards they sent me. Rachel is back at the recording studio preparing for her first solo album. She found a new manager, someone who made the news as a legend coming back to the industry. I wonder who. And finally, Freya, she finished her book, gets published, and have some signing sessions. It was a massive success. Sold out even after the 4th printings, and might be adapted later. I didn't get to read that. I didn't get to read it on the way. Oh well. Yeah. Music and project management. All this guy. Right here. And these 2 people wrote the story, and that's pretty cool. Art. The art's great. Programming. Programming is important. More writing. More art. Community manager. No clue what that means. Public relations. Is that like social media and stuff? Game design support. Okay. Then Toad's Productions. I don't know how long this is. Oh, I don't want to skip. The CEO, the COO, the PR manager. All these people. Konami Digital Entertainment. And the editors. The localization. That's a lot of languages, actually. Development of babies. Oh, development babies are babies that are born from the staff when they're children. So, like, if there's a mother and she goes into labor during the development of it. This is one of them. Same with cats, I assume. Oh. I see. They got named after the story, I assume. And then beta testers. All these wonderful people. Plectrophoenix. Special thanks. Small change though. Thanks, man. I haven't heard this music before. And me, and you, and you. How about you? Maybe you? You. And you. And you. Welcome. I also got an achievement, as you saw. Hello, Keaton. Good evening, sir. Have we met before? I'm sure this is your first time here. Of course I've been here. In fact, I've worked here before. What? Wait. No way. Is that really you? It's been a while. You've changed. A bit too much. I've learned a lot about how to live with your people since then. I assume it was a success then? Multiple successes. What's the new look then? Just trying to blend in. Seems like an Earthling immigration agency is after me. Now that you mention it, somebody did visit this place looking for you. When was it? Not so long after your second visit here. Was he a bald guy in a suit? Yes. That FIRE agent? You've seen him? Yes. Thankfully, I've changed my appearance since then. By the way, you can drop the act in front of me. So, you finally noticed. To think that such power can be born from our kind. You're good with your act, though. It took a few tries. But there are some timelines where I forget to pretend that I don't have some knowledge of certain stuff. Interesting. Now I'm curious to know about those mistakes. Well, it happened a few times. First, when Freya told me about her meeting in the elevator. Then it was the first time Rachel visited this place. And the last one involved you on your second visit. Huh? Oh, and there was another one right after Freya got her draft approved. Can you show it to me? I'm assuming you know how I communicate with my kind. Never tried it, but let's see. You've beaten the main story of the game, but you haven't seen everything just yet. Now this is where it gets interesting. I have to go back in and then play certain days again. I don't remember what days. Give me 1 second. Alright, the first one is day 1. Yep, restarting the day. And I can fast forward through all the dialogue, but some of it won't be the same. Right. Coffee is the same. Yeah, it says here, you won't be able to fast forward through those. Here you go. Still have to make the coffee though. You're about to tell me about your meeting in the elevator. I couldn't skip this. Oh yeah, that. Huh? Wait. I didn't tell you that. How did you know? Well, I was just guessing. No way a guess could be that specific. You're being very suspicious. Maybe. You have another news source. I have no comment. I knew it. I haven't told anyone about this. Wait, was it someone who saw me entering the elevator in a hurry? Theorize all you want. I won't comment on anything. Okay. I understand the importance of keeping sources confidential. So I'll pretend you never said anything. Thank you. That was close. So yeah, where were we? You ever planning to do something? Yes, that. It's not that I hate writing stories. I think I can forward again. But yeah, they did tell me that I made a mistake about her being in the elevator. You want anything with chocolate? Here you go. You get a lot of chocolate. There's one. Because it automatically stops whenever something happens. Right? With milk, oh, and beer to keep me awake. Tea, milk, brew. I'm still gonna give them what they want, I don't know why. I don't think one of the days is when Gala had his fury. I don't think that's one day. Might be. At least I got milk. I have to finish this day though, so I do have to forward through the rest of it. Which is interesting enough. I can still forward through this. And there we go. Green tea latte. You want another one? Oh, he's supposed to... Okay, I don't care. Here you go. Green tea latte. Time to continue. There we go. That should be day 1 done. Alright, now I have to go back to the main menu. I have to wait for this to load first though. Here we go, main menu. Load game. Day 3. And now I have to wait for it to load again. Or it might be on day 8 that it's Gala had whatever. No, I don't think it is. Because the other day is day 8. That seemed too soon. Yeah, no, that couldn't have been it. Anyways, continuing on. Ginger green tea. Make sure it's very warm and bitter. It is definitely very warm and bitter. It's very both of those things. Here you go. You love it. Right, next person. Who will it be? It is you. Was this day 3? Did I mess up? Oh, wait, what? Oh, this is day 4. I messed up. That's why. I was thinking. Load game. Oh, I must have accidentally clicked it. Oops. Sorry. And it's my fault. Obviously. Alright, now we can continue. Well, now we can continue. Hey, come on. Alright, what did you want? Oh, Hey, honey milk? Is that what it was? Okay, cool. Here you go. Bye-bye. It's a cat. It's a woman. Woman cat. No, milk and nothing else. Here you go. Lady. Here you go. There we go. Okay, what is next? The usual for her, so an espresso. Right, served. Forwarding. Has to be soon. Or maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Some days are very long, some days aren't. Thank God for forward. Oh, will I know that he has a sore throat? Green tea, no. I don't. Interesting. Here you go, here's your cough syrup. Okay. Oh, Myrtle by Myrtle. Alright, and next. Right, Officer Georgie? Yeah. Oh, they're fighting. Don't know why. Oh, they're going back and forth. It's like ping pong. Oh, she fought with her dad. Okay, normal. I agree with Officer Georgie. You don't need to make a snap decision. I'm sure you and Mr. Henry will find some common ground together. Why are you all looking at me like that? How do you know my father's name? Huh? Oh god. What was that? Nothing. Dad's visited this place before? I can't say anything about that. You were just about to say something, weren't you, Officer Georgie? Right? Well, I was. I wanted to talk more about your problems, but now I would recommend you just go home. It's really late. I need to go home as well. Okay. That was weird. I just knew you were famous. I knew your father's name because he was also famous. Obviously. Elemental. And the next one is day 8. And I need to skip. So I'm gonna cut right to it. And here we are. With the... Oh, you know what to do. Tea, milk, and ginger. I think was his recipe. Yeah, there we go. Oh, why is it? Oh yeah, forward. How about you? Okay, I thought he was gonna get something, that's why I was clicking. Yeah, I'm trying to readjust my window, sorry. Tea, lemon, milk. There we go. Just for you to enjoy. Lemon milk tea. Right, and here's Freya. Hiya. And there goes Gala. Now it's just us two. Or now it's... Yep, just us two now. Right. Got caught up on something. Don't remember what. Oh yeah, how they met, I think. And hi, Neil. Good evening. It's nice to see you again, Neil. We are also glad to see you, Barista. Although we do not think we have told you about the name we use on Earth. Again? It's just that, you know, you kind of remind me of our first man on the moon. Oh, really? We have chosen the right name then. Because that was where our name came from. This has happened 3 times now. You really are hiding something, huh? What are you talking about? Oh, well. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, can I skip now? Yep. And there we go. Please surprise us. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. Here's the Milky Way. He loves it. He's angry. He loves it. Alright. And now we're ready to go to the last day again. And it says, talk once again to Neil and play out the dialogue. And then apparently something special happens. So that's cool. I should have that. And there we go. I think that was the end of the day. Now I just have to wait for these stupid loading times. And I'll catch you in a second. And we are back, baby. 2 weeks later, last day. And we're gonna have to go through real quick. But I will be back in 1 second. Alright, and now we're just gonna forward. Wait, do I have to? Okay, yeah. Keep it on going through the final night. I'm pretty sure I already know what it'll be. Like, I'm probably just some, like, transcendent being that knows everything. Which makes me wonder, why do I own this coffee shop? Now that's interesting. Why indeed? I genuinely don't know. I'm not doing that like in a sarcastic, like, I wonder why, but I already know. By the way, I haven't seen your final draft. May I read it? Sure. I brought an extra copy. Let's see. Oh, please let me read it. I want it to be cool. Aw. The main character is a time traveler? Oh, is that me? Subtly. Oh my god, that's me. I mentioned it just enough to raise suspicion. Where did you get that inspiration for the character? You know the answer to that one. Why would I? Either you're smart enough to get what I mean, or you already know what my answer is. Uh-oh. Don't think about it too much. It's only a story. Anyway. What's that look for? You haven't told me about any of our other friends here. How are they doing? Oh. That's so cool. So I'm a time traveler. That's so cool. I'm a time traveler. I don't know if I got the achievement for that. Oh. Also, I don't know. Because it said, for their achievement, it said there's a spark. Are they gay or something? Like, that's fuzzy handcuffs. That's pretty gay, chief. Like, if you look at the achievement, it literally says there's a spark. Like, what? I mean, I can see it. They've been together for, like, a while. Neil. Yeah, he's still there. Alright, so now I gotta do something cool with, Neil, apparently. I don't know if, it does anything different. Maybe it does, or maybe it just says the same thing. But that's so cool. I'm a time traveler. Good job, Freya. You really like, oh, she's working on her second novel, that's what it says. They really like the time travel book. It's been a pleasure to be the inspiration. So, she found out, huh? Clever as usual. Oh, god of caffeine, I don't even know what that means. In some timelines, yeah. But I have to ask you this. Why? Why what? Why do all this? Opening the cafe. Connecting people. I just like to make sure things go alright. Besides, yes, I also have to make sure that all exists on Earth. Huh. That's one hell of an important task indeed. Wait a minute. Am I... Cause you know how they're trying to make a super child? Am I that super child that went back in time to make sure I exist? It is. What? What? I think that's what it means. I am a time traveler that's trying to find out how to stop the destruction of the Earth through time traveling powers. And I have to go through different timelines as well. And so... I have to make sure I'm also alive then as well. So I have to make sure Neil finishes his mission. And that I fix myself. And make sure that I stop the destruction of the world. That's so cool. I'm gonna assume that's what it means. It doesn't really say what it means. But oh my god, that's so cool. Also, I got an achievement called Caffeine God. What was that about? What was it? Where? Yeah. One hidden achievement. Oh. Oh, I don't see it. Anyways, maybe I just had to go here. Because it shows me which ones I don't have. So I need to do 10 correct drinks in a single session. God of Caffeine. It says I got that though. I don't know. Oh well. Spend an hour making latte art. That's gonna be fun, alright. And how do I get out of this again? I don't know how close I am to the achievement. I don't know if I can check. Does it tell me? No, it does not. Unfortunate. What is this though? That's interesting. I've already listened to all the songs. Yep. So I guess I'm gonna have to... So I'm gonna have to do the endless mode and challenge mode and get 50 correct drinks. Then I'm gonna have to get the art takes time. Then I have to find what this is. So I guess let's get on it. Shift tab. Endless. God, that's still so cool. I'm a time traveler. So I have time up here. I have happy and sad. So okay, drink with chocolate, cinnamon, and lemon would be nice. Brew. Okay, so I have a minute 30 to do 50, but you gain time based on how well you do. So he wants coffee, mint, and lemon. So that's what he's gonna get. And then if I do it quick enough, I'm gonna gain more time. Chocolate, mint, and ginger, please. No. I have to do this 50 times, but it's gonna... I don't know if it gets faster. It gets harder, I know that. Oh. Milk, cinnamon, and lemon. I mean, it does have all that in there. What do you mean? It has to be in order. And there you go, I just lost some time. But I think there's a cap on the time. So it doesn't matter. Coffee, cinnamon, coffee. So it's gonna start out easy. Which makes sense. Simple enough. Right. Coffee, honey, and ginger. I don't know how many I've done, I think. Alright, 6 now. Cinnamon. Something made with cinnamon green tea. Oh no. It does have cinnamon and green tea in it. What do you mean I don't know what you want? I've been longing for a drink with mint tea. Okay, I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean? With mint tea? Like, what? I'm so confused. So does it have to be mint and then tea? So it would have to be tea, mint tea, right? Because if does it want it in order or something? Okay. Honey, green tea. So I have to do this because they want honey and then green tea. So because green tea can go with green tea, same with like everything else. So I had to pick that first. Okay. A drink with mint tea. Once more. There we go. This should work. I feel like it'd be the same thing. There we go. Yep, there we go. 9 now. Drink with mint. honey chocolate. Yes. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Oh, cool. I got barista training. I think it was honey green tea. I don't know if I'm doing this completely wrong, and this doesn't matter what order or something, since it's technically the same 2 ingredients. Cinnamon, lemon tea. Cinnamon. Okay, I'm just gonna do it backwards. 122 still. What? Screw you, needle. I hate you. Cinnamon lemon coffee. So maybe if I do it this way. Maybe, just maybe. There we go. 12. The Milky Way. Oh, a Milky Way. How was that made again? It was milk, lemon, mint, was it? Because it had mint. Was it lemon? Wasn't cinnamon. Wasn't ginger. I think it was honey. Also, I'm pausing to save time. I know I'm hacking. But it's more time. Definitely. Give me Lementhol. I don't know what Lementhol is. Milk mint, lemon. Alright, now they're asking for a specific name, so it's a little bit easier. Because I can know what they want. There you go. For some Marrakech, I know that's tea. Green tea, mint. So I just have to be fast to play out my phone, I guess. Some Jahe Tubrek. I don't know what that means. I think it's in here. It's not. I lied. Is it in here? Oh no. Coffee ginger. Why would you ever want ginger in your drink? That honestly seems bad. Yeah. Midsummer Night's Dream. Tea, lemon, honey. Chop chop. There you go. Russian tea. Here it is. Tea, lemon, cinnamon. Here we go. Now I'm at 18 people? 19? Yeah, 18. That was actually a complete guess. I had no clue. Drink that's less cool. And this is what I was talking about before. Now, there's bars where this is, like, not at all. Less is gonna be, like, in the 1 to... Or no, maybe it's, like, 1 to 3 range is less cool. 5 to 6 is just warm. Or cool, I mean. Like, 5 to here would be cool, and then this would be extra cool. So he wants a drink that's less cool. So, like... Okay, milk. I think this would fit it. I don't think it's 1 to 2. This will be a test. Okay, yeah, so it's 3 is the max, I'm pretty sure. Tastes sweet. You got it. And then some honey. And this should be in the range. Or not range, but still range. It's not. So it's 4 to 5 then, isn't it? Not warm, so she wants it to have none, so this should work. There we go. Something extra warm would be great. Is milk warming? Tea is warming. Cinnamon warming? It is. Ginger, sure, there you go. Ugh, ginger though, it just seems bitter. But if you like it, I guess. Tastes warm. I think I'm getting a sweet drink. So 4 should definitely be in the parameters. If it's just 5, that would be so sad. Yep. Less cool. Cocoa powder. Honey. And this should work for him. Served. Extra bitter. So... tea. Ginger's bitter. There we go. Why would you want something bitter? You can't even drink this. You can only drink the Milky Way. I mean, if you like it, you're paying me. I feel like drinking a warm drink. Milk. And eventually I think they get to the point where there's like, okay, can I have an extra warm, less cool, something? Wait, he can't even have milk. I just gave him milk. Oh, no. That adds warmth. I think he said less warm, right? Okay, cool. Extra warm and bitter. And that doesn't mean extra warm and extra bitter. Oh, so they want something warming. Oh, yeah. I think 6 is in the parameters of what they want. Because 6 isn't normal warm, it's extra. Yep, there we go. I think that's extra sweet and extra cool. Guess cocoa powder. Sweet does it for him, and I need something that can give a bunch of cool. That's not enough though. So maybe kiss and this. But no, that doesn't work. Huh. Extra sweet and extra cool. But that's just... How? Well, I mean, I'm gonna assume it has to do with like chocolate or... Nah, I don't know. This is... Extra sweet and extra cool. Oh, my timer. I should have paused. Cinnamon is sweet, but it doesn't do anything to cool. This. Oh, okay. I need to get back my time. I just wasted like a minute. Drink that's warm. Yeah, that's within the parameters. That's not within the parameters. Mint isn't warm. Alright, cool. And he's happy. He's drinking a not bitter. Here you go, have some milk. It's not bitter. It isn't. So I should remember extra cool can just be milk. Less bitter, sweet, and cool. So it has to be 1 to 3 bitter, 4 to 5 cool, and 4 to 5 sweet. Warm, sweet. Oh, that's too much. Tea. Lemon works. It has to be less bitter. What am I doing? And cool. That adds too much bitterness. Can I get something that adds cool and sweet? No. Bitter, sweet, or less bitter. It has to be sweet and cool. Milk. If I can get this, and then I need some... Oh, that works. That adds just enough bitter, and then it has the 4 to 5 ranges on the cool and sweet. And there we go. Thank you for the 30 seconds. I'm gonna drink that's less bitter and sweet. That's nice, sweet, huh? What else is tunes? Milk. That's in the range, and then here we go. That's normal, sweet, and that's less bitter. There you go, lemony snippet. Was that the same thing twice in a row? I think that's less cool. Yeah, sure, here you go. Getting cinnamon milk. It's like, so you see the secret of this one is I just put some cinnamon toast crunch in a cup and then I just drained it through a strainer. Oh my god. Not warm. Extra sweet. And less cool. Oh, I thought that was 4 things for a second. Not warm. Extra sweet. And less cool. Chocolate's kind of okay. Less cool is already there. Well, it's already in those ranges, so honey, right? Or am I being stupid? Yeah, it says not warm, so I don't have any warmth. Okay, cool. I was being stupid there. Bitter, cool, and less sweet. Dude, these people think I'm a genius. Less sweet. Oh, that matches that. Less sweet, though. Cool. Cool. Alright. What is that, chocolate latte? Aw, I can't do latte art. Aw. Tastes less cool. I got you, fam. Here, you'll have like a cinnamon chocolate. See, the secret to this was I put milk and then I put chocolate in there, like chocolate syrup, stirred it up, then I put some cinnamon toast crunch in it, then I strained it through the same strainer that I use for mac and cheese. Less sweet, less warm, less cool. Milk immediately, and then just something that adds bitterness. Now, cool. I need something that adds warm. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. So is it chocolate, ginger, milk? There we go. There we go. Cool. Tastes warm, not cool. So no milk. And no chocolate. No tea. Tastes warm, not cool, and bitter. That's extra bitter. That's way too, whatever. Can't be cool. Can't be cool. Oh, I can do this, though. Oh, that's not good enough. So maybe it's this. Sweet, a little bit, I guess. Yeah, sure, this one. This will work, I think. Yeah, he liked it. You know, you're really needy. Warm, sweet, and less bitter. Okay. No. Milk, honey. So that's gonna be warm, that's gonna be sweet, and it's gonna be less bitter. I'm a professional barista. I just get it wrong immediately. Oh, I'm not professional. I'm gonna drink that tastes less sweet and extra bitter. Less sweet, extra bitter? I mean, that's extra bitter. Oh, yeah, that works. There we go. I think that's a less warm and less sweet. Yeah, there's sweet. There's less warm. And then milk. I forgot, you can do 2-thing brews. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Less cool and extra warm, which is warmth. There we go. I don't know if it gets harder or if it's just random from now on. Give me a drink that tastes extra warm. Extra warm. Less sweet. And less cool. Oh, same as before. Right? Yeah. Tastes not warm. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. So it has to be chocolate powder. Less sweet. And cool. That's too much. No sweet. Not warm. Less sweet. And cool. I can do that. No! Chocolate lemon. Okay, that works. Yeah, you can't do two things. Or two item combinations. Extra cool. Less sweet. And extra bitter. Extra cool. Extra bitter. And less sweet. That's... How? How do you do this? I don't know. I just get confused whenever it says like extra two things. Like, come on, me. I should pause. So it has to be less sweet. Extra bitter. Chocolate's bitter. I guess that extra sweet. And to get it cool, mint. Yeah, there we go. That's extra bitter, extra cool, and less sweet. Mint chocolate. Give me a drink that tastes less sweet, extra warm, extra bitter. That work? No, it doesn't. Oh, less sweet. That still doesn't do it. Need warm. That's warm. And that works. That's less sweet, extra warm, and extra bitter. Let's go. Alright. Something less warm, less cool, and extra bitter. Oh. How do I get bitter without getting those? I can't do that either. What in the heavens, Nor? This would work. This would really work. Because I can do this. Oh, I can't. This. Then. Not that. I can't do that one. So that's less warm, less cool, and extra bitter. So if I can do this, there we go. That should work. Cough syrup. Yeah, there we go. 3 more. It's less sweet, less cool, and extra bitter. Did I just do that? Wasn't it called cough syrup? Green tea, lemon, honey. Less sweet, less cool, extra bitter. Yeah, wasn't that just the same thing? Or maybe it was a little bit different, I don't know. Oh well, works for both. Tastes not cool, not sweet, extra bitter, and extra warm. You wanted an espresso, you dumbass. You could have made my job a little bit easier. Less cool, less warm, extra bitter, not sweet. So not those. It has to be one of these. Extra bitter. I'll go with tea here because it gives the least amount of warmth. I have to get a little bit of cool. Hey, there we go. Okay, add another one. So that's less cool, less warm, extra bitter, and not sweet. Okay. Why would you want something bitter to drink? That just seems like it would suck. And there we go. Barista Guru. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna pause real quick. And I'm gonna see what other achievements I have left. I have... Art takes time. Oh, is that it? No. I swear there was a hidden achievement. What was it? Oh, come on. Was it this one? Guess it's time to go do some coffee art. Or latte art, I mean. I've played this game for 25 hours. Okay. Maybe I took a couple of exaggerated breaks for going to work. I don't know, man. That was fun. But now, we're gonna go make some latte art. Tea, milk. We're making tea latte. Watch, it's just nothing. Here we go. I thought it was gonna be green. I have no reference to how long I have to be in here. So I'm just gonna kind of mess around. Alright. I don't know if you guys care or not. But I think what I might do is I might just let the game run. I'm gonna let, I don't know, should I let the recording run? What do you guys think? Nah. That would be dumb, wouldn't it? As I'm exaggerating it right now. Oh, you can't even put it on the outsides. Wee. You can't put it on the outsides. It just disappears. Okay. Anyways, I will see you all when I get the achievement. Bye bye. Well, not bye bye, but you know, bye for now. Alright, so I still haven't gotten the achievement yet, as far as I know. Yeah, no, I haven't. But I was scrolling through my stuff, and as you can see, this says Apex Season 9. And I was scrolling, I saw a screenshot, and it says it's by Respawn, which are the people that made Apex and Titanfall. It says, we heard people want to play Titanfall 2 this weekend, so do we. Join us on Steam when we make Titanfall 2 temporarily free to play starting right now through May 3rd at 10 AM PT. So if I do understand this right, that means Titanfall 2 is free right now, and I'll go check. Alright, so what it is it is free to play until May 3rd, but I think after that it isn't. And then you have to actually get it to play it. I don't think it's that expensive anyways. But anyways, back to just waiting. Obviously this was recorded a little bit in advance. I'm still just here. I don't know if I have to serve it. Oh, I have to serve it, I see. Art takes time and coffee and chill. Oh, now that's interesting. You're telling me I have every achievement for the game? Ah, now that, I just have that feeling of, I don't know how it is, but whenever, like, you watch a TV show, like an anime or something, and then you finish it, and you're just like, you want more, but it was so good. What was it? Watch Dogs is a great game. The first one. The second one was trash. I don't care what you say, Chris. Third one I haven't seen, or Legion, I should say. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad about it, but I haven't heard anything good. So, okay. But, like, when I finished Watch Dogs, the music started playing. That feeling of just wanting more, but knowing you can't have it. That's what I have with this game right now. But there's still one more thing. Or, well, I should say two. That I have to do. Running into Endless. Gonna get some free brew. And I'm gonna check my phone. Go get Tomo.chill. Georgie, I've already seen. Gala. Birthday, September 30th. His food, anything warm made of ginger. Likes Metal Maiden. Likes Full Metal Jarhead. He's trying to heal himself by healing other people. Bailey's. #1 pumpkin spice fan. Freelance designer. Museum and art gallery frequenter. Art school graduate. Will draw and design for food and shelter. Punk. Been listening to pumpkin spice since I was a wee lad. Escaping bloodlines. Experiencing life with one color at a time. One day I'll have my own solo exhibition. Hide. Part of Lost Angels Agency, old enough yet still seeking the truth and purpose of life. The fact that I've been blood sober for 10 years now. Currently a model, past stock trader, entrepreneur, and venture capitalist. Myrtle. Birthday, 13th of May, game developer, game programmer, working on Full Metal Complex series, favorite things, me time, what I'm doing with my life. As I stated before, working on Full Metal Conflict series. Rachel. Alright. Hi there, I'm Rachel Fletcher. You might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing, and modeling, working on a new album, especially for you right now. I love my family, cats, milk, and you. And she's trying to dance, sing, and trying to achieve her dreams since I was 13. And I'm not stopping now. Neil, birthday, good job, Neil. Good job. Aqua, 12th January, researcher by day, aspiring indie dev by night. Mermaid from Atlantis, and a friendly introvert and tea lover. Everything's Full Metal Conflict, video games in general, grandma. And she moved to Seattle to achieve her dream of advancing technology as far as she can, trying to find a place and person where I belong while I'm doing something I love. And then Hendry. Birthday, 23rd of May. So cute though, little baby Rachel. Little kitty. Music enthusiast and father. Favorite things, family, music, what I'm doing with my life, trying to be a better father while running a record store. Now that's all for that. Oh, not my phone. The evening whisper stories. I did Death Drives. I don't know if I did this one. So French kissing a cat. So what's the craziest thing you've ever done in your life? Asked her dating app partner. Pretty bold question to ask on your first date, Akari thought to herself. In the first hour as well. Oh no. Are you sure you want to know the answer? She asked back. Definitely. I think it's the best icebreaker question, and it's also a good indicator. Indicator of what? For how compatible we are, and... Well, I don't mean to offend you, but just in case your answer is I cut someone into 12 parts or I strangled my Tinder date till he died, it's an indicator that I will immediately run away. Fair enough. Akari's interest in this guy increased. Maybe, just maybe he could handle her story. So do you want me to go first, he asked. I'll go first, although it's more like a crazy hobby of mine, not something I did just once so I could tell a story for the rest of my life. Color me interested. So I love to kiss cats. That doesn't sound too crazy. I'm talking about lips to lips kissing, especially French. I love French kissing a cat. What? You never tried it? If you feel uncomfortable with kissing a male cat, you can always try doing it with a female one. Are you telling me you've kissed a female cat before? Both male and female. I'm pretty flexible. He didn't say anything, which was unsurprising considering such secrets weren't usually revealed on a first date, or ever for many people. It's not that bad, you know. Here, let me tell you about the first time my French kissed my cat. I was around 14, an age where most people feel curious about many, many things, especially sexual stuff. But I had no boyfriend, so I couldn't just ask someone to help me practice kissing. But I did have my biggest love at the time. Her name was Oren, and she was a beautiful orange cat with a gorgeous pair of shiny orange eyes. Her date still hadn't responded, so Akari continued. Seeing her beautiful eyes, I got an idea. I decided to borrow my mother's red lipstick and paint my lips red. It was a mess, but I was pretty satisfied with the results. I picked her up as usual, and without her knowing, I quickly put my lips on hers. Of course, she clawed her way out of my grip, but just in that quick moment, I felt something weird. It's the same feeling you have when you ride the merry-go-round the first time. No, roller coaster would be a better comparison. After that, I started honing my skills, and now even stray cats don't mind me kissing them. To her surprise, Akari noticed that her date hadn't left her alone in the cafe, unlike previous dates she told her story to. Are you crazy? The man asked her with his eyebrows halfway to his hairline. Well, you did ask about the craziest thing I've ever done. Why? You're not interested in kissing a cat even after listening to my story? God, no, I'm a dog person, for God's sake. He pulled a classic God, you kisses dogs. Right. Continuing, swipe right, do outer space. Hello there, I'm a female alien. That's what you call us, right? From a planet located in a galaxy that humans call Andromeda. I'm here to make sure my kind can survive longer and spread farther across the universe. That's what was written on our dating app profile. As a sci-fi nerd, I didn't need to think much about swiping right, even though the pictures she was using for her profile were just cosplay silhouettes and weird, artsy, spaceship-like photos. And here she is now, sipping her cup of Papuya Wamina, I think I said that wrong, looking exactly like the dream girl I've always fantasized about. Dark, bobbed hair, thick eyebrows, sharp eyes, and a never-ending smile directed right at me. So yeah, I came to this place like 168 hours ago. There were 12 of us, and I'm the lucky one being located in a place with such fantastic drinks. She says after some time spent explaining about her task as an alien. I love sci-fi, but this might be too much. She hasn't said anything about her job, where she was really born, or any other normal stuff. Maybe she's crazy, that must be it. No way such a perfect looking girl could be perfect on the inside too, I say to myself. So what's your plan? Are you going to release this story as a novel? Comic? Game? A movie? I ask her. What story? The story you've been telling me. It sounds like it could be really popular if you adapted it into the right medium. Well, I've been telling the story through social media and dating apps. That's not enough. If it could be adapted to some sort of mainstream media, you could be rich, you know? You could be famous. Famous? Does that mean more of your people would know about my people and our mission? Definitely. And with exposure like that, it should be easier for me to meet humans with high quality seeds. Yeah, I guess. Okay then, where should I start? Suddenly, my phone starts ringing. It's my best friend. Pardon me for a minute. I need to get this, I say to her as I answer the call. Yo, dude, who the hell is that chick you're with? She's freaking gorgeous, man. My friend's excited voice meets my ear. An overly loud whisper I'm immediately suspicious of. What, are you at our usual coffee shop? Yeah, bro, I'm lining up at the counter. Do you see me? Oh, yep, there you are. You lucky bastard, where did you meet that beauty? Man, I always love it when they grow their hair super long and then color it like that. Huh? What do you mean? The chick, bro? Sat right in front of you? She looks just like my ideal girl. Long hair, a rainbow color like that, big eyes, and those cheekbones. I put down my phone and stare at the round-cheeked girl in front of me with a strange mix of emotions. Why are you looking at me like that? She asked. You really are an alien. Yeah, that's what I've been telling you this whole time. Well, fuck me. Finally, that was my task all along, so my place or yours, and please, no protection. Going into another love story. Cyberpunk Global Hotel. Room service, get this order to room 512. The order came around 10:30. I was doing nothing, or in other words, I was waiting for an order to come to me. I was tasked to take a bottle of wine and a couple packs of condoms. Yes, sometimes guests really do ask for things like this. Talk about being unprepared. The person in charge that night gave me the requested items and let me out of the room to deliver them. From there, I went to the lobby and waited at the elevator to arrive. Waited for the elevator to arrive. While I was waiting, a guest came in behind me and pressed the button to call the elevator. He looked at me in awe. I looked back at him, showing him the smile hotel management taught me. He smiled back. When we got in the elevator, he pushed the button for the 3rd floor. Silence filled the room. As we ascended, the guest pulled his phone from his pocket and started recording me. This again, I thought. I didn't do anything about it. To be precise, I can't do anything about it. It's part of the job, after all. Ding! We reached the 3rd floor. The guest left while still pointing his camera at me. I waited alone until the elevator reached the 5th floor a few seconds later. I left the elevator and started moving towards room 512. When I was in front of the door, I rang the bell to let the occupants know I had arrived. It's here! I can hear the muffled voice of a woman. The door opened. Look, hon, they really do use a robot to deliver room service. The woman shouted back to her partner. That's so cool, the guy responded, trying to sound interested. I'm sure he was staring at the woman's butt and couldn't wait to use the stuff they'd ordered. I want to take a picture with the robot, okay? The woman said in a saccharine, sweet, mildly nauseating tone. Sure, hon. Wait, are you sure it's okay to just hug the robot like that? Turned out the man could still think with his big brain after all. It's fine, I saw. They even have a robot you can have sex with. I'm sure a simple hug won't matter, said the woman. That's a different model. What's next? You're gonna hug a Terminator? I screamed internally. Say cheese, then 1, 2, 3. Flash. Looks so cute. I was hoping it might look more human-like though. Maybe they don't have that technology for that yet, said the adult woman who still hadn't grasped the concept of look but don't touch. Okay, come on darling. This robot has got other things to do. Let's just take our order and let's do its work. They took their order and closed the door. Oh, humans, how the hell did your people manage to survive for so long in this universe? I wondered as I trundled back down to my room. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, there's a lot more stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! That's a lot. I'm gonna be here for like 40 minutes. The anxious boy and his love stories on public transport. The day was hot and sunny and humid, just like most days in Jakarta. I was standing inside a crowded bus. Neither well-functioning air conditioning nor proper ventilation, trying to keep myself productive in the uncomfortable environment by reading my recently bought copy of Maruki Harukami's The Elephant Vanishes, while listening to a random playlist on my old iPod. Despite the hellish conditions, you could say I was luckier than most because I was standing in the rear door of the bus, leaning my back on the side of a seat. Safe enough not to follow the bus, breezy enough to breathe freely. As mentioned, I was on a public bus in Jakarta, so naturally I needed to be wary with my surroundings, mostly keeping my belongings secure from pickpockets and other human pests. I glanced around the bus several times in between pages, and that was when I saw her. It's hard to describe her. She has no specific characteristic to differentiate her from other women. She's like the perfect example of the girl you walk past unseeing on the sidewalk every day. A girl you might glance at for a second, then a few steps later it'd be hard even to remember her hair color, never mind what her eyes, her nose, or her mouth looked like. She was standing near the front door of the bus, not leaning on anything or anyone, not touching the bacteria-infested hand grip on the ceiling of the bus, although to be fair, it might have been hard for her to reach that grip anyways. But still, she stood there with the perfect balance of a tree rooted in healthy soil. She stood as if someone had suddenly put the Venus de Milo on the bus, and she somehow fit perfectly without anyone noticing it happening. She was wearing a pair of earphones, wired, just like headphones were supposed to be, and a slight smile on her face. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a few moments, enjoying the music only she could hear. Her eyes rarely stayed in one place. They kept wandering around the bus. Not too fast like someone anxious. Not too slow like someone looking at something specific. Maybe she's the one, I thought. This isn't the first time a thought like this has crossed my mind. As a hopeless romantic, seeing any woman who piques my interest will immediately trigger a story in my imagination. A story of how I'll approach them, get to know them with their proviso that they're just as I imagine them to be, start dating, get married, have kids, grow old in our home, and so on and so on. Random cuties, that's what I call them. Unicorns among horses. That term doesn't apply to any cute girls I see, of course. It has to be someone special. Or at least someone I imagine to be special. The thing is, I automatically imagine those stories happening whenever I happen across a random cutie isn't healthy. Puts a toll on my mind and, of course, my heart. It creates a lot of unhealthy expectations before any opportunities even arrive. Oh shit. She looked at me. We made eye contact for a brief flash of seconds. I immediately returned to my book. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? My mind won't stop spinning, overthinking while my pulse beats double time in my ears. I continue staring at my book with what just happened. I obviously can't read it properly. My eyes were looking at the words, but nothing was being processed other than thoughts of her. I glanced back at her and she was staring at me. Eye contact more than once, it has to mean something. Should I approach her and introduce myself? Yes, I should. But what if things go wrong? What's the worst thing that could happen if we introduce ourselves? First is the crowded bus, and moving from the rear door to the front will definitely annoy some people. Second, what if after we approach her, she becomes annoyed and... Oh, come on, you're overthinking as usual. Nothing bad will happen if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me, nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then the whole bus will beat me to death. Oh, and the worst option. What if we introduce ourselves and it turns out she's not like we imagined her to be? All that time and energy will be wasted, exchanged for years of agony. Everything will be fine. Don't worry so much. No matter what happens second, we still have to try something first. No, there's too much at risk. The debate's still raging inside my head, and that's when it happens. We made eye contact again, but this time, it'll last longer than a few seconds. And then, she smiled at me. Just a small curve on those perfectly average, beautiful lips. I quickly returned to my book. See, you have to do something. But, remember the girl with the violin we saw on the train to Yogyakarta a few years ago? Of course I remember. Exactly. She was just a random person that sat across from me on the train. We don't even remember what month it was, and we still remember the maroon coat she was wearing. The violin case she put in the overhead compartment. Her reddish hair and that pixie cut. Stop it. That was different, and we might have saved ourselves a lot of embarrassment by not talking to her. The thoughts, the noise, the internal dialogue, it won't stop. I was sweating, but not because of the heat. A cold sweat. This had to stop. Stop! I screamed internally. Everything stopped, and just in time. My old iPod randomly shuffled to explosions in the spaces. The only moment we were alone. I cranked up the volume, put my book in my bag, and just breathed. Yes, I might lose the chance to meet the one by doing this, but at least as long as I don't know her, she's perfect. As far as I know, she might be listening to explosions in the space. As far as I know, she might be a big fan of Harukami and Final Dreams IX. As far as I know, she might be single. As far as I know, she might be the 100% perfect match for me that I can't believe exists if my knowledge of her goes any further than what I know right now. Besides, as the old saying goes, if it's meant to be, it will be. The bus stopped in front of Plaza Sanyan, my destination. It was time for me to go. I decided not to look in her direction as I left, knowing that if I looked at her, it would be the last time I ever saw her. It's too hard for a hopeless romantic like me. I left the bus and enjoyed the warm sun and the breeze of fresh air, finally out of that metal Schrodinger's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right, and there she was. Standing alone, enjoying the breeze. Now she was free of the roasting metal box we humans named a bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that, she smiled. So, if it's meant to be, it will be? That's a pretty good one. That was long. Oh my god. This one. Like, okay. But this one. Oh. That was good though. Right, a stray boy and a lonely cat. Midnight. The boy arrives at his home. The ticking sound of the cooling engine fills the dark, empty garage, followed by a scrape of the rusty metal door being forcefully closed. He leaves the garage, and there she is waiting for him to come back home. She always waits in the same spot, around the same time. The boy always smiles when he sees her. Meow, the cat calls to the boy, demanding the treatment she always receives from him every night, in the same spot, around the same time. He laughs quietly as he walks up to join her. You've been waiting for me, haven't you? Here, come here, says the boy to the cat while he pets her fur. The cat purrs loudly and refuses to stand still. She dances around him, stands up tall on 2 feet, rubs her head against his shins, and shares her affection while enjoying their nightly routine. Until suddenly, the boy decides that their interaction is enough for today. He stands up, walks away from her, and closes his door. The cat understands that their time for the day is up. They both return to their own lives. The boy did not give the cat something to eat, and the cat did not sleep next to him to help him relax. For she was not his, and he was not hers. I think I get it. It makes me tired. If I'm right, it means basically it's supposed to symbolize like a person and another person, that they're basically like friends, but that help each other out. It's like friends with benefits, basically. That's what I presume. Oh, dang. Oh, that story was long based on that scroll bar. Oh well, I don't care. That's just how it be. Right. Loving in silence. It was a Saturday night. As usual, I picked her up from her apartment for another Saturday night date. I used the word another, but to be honest, this was the first actual Saturday night date we'd done since I don't even know when. It wasn't every Wicked Cool event related to our hobby happened, so we, or I suppose I should say, weren't going to miss the chance for a cozy evening in her apartment. We'd only been dating for 4 months, and I kid you not, we couldn't have been more different. I'm the type of person who feels restless if I don't go out on the weekend, while she'd prefer to lock her apartment from the inside, flush the key down the toilet, and never leave again. That's why me going out to her apartment on the weekend was the fairest option for both of us. I mean, we can just order food online and chill without having to worry about the traffic. Ain't that cool? That's what she said whenever I asked if she wanted to eat out somewhere. That happened a lot for our first month together. After that, I just tried to get used to it. We drove to the event. It wasn't that far, but traffic's always ridiculous on the weekends. Throughout the drive, we barely spoke. Total silence except for the music playing from my playlist. If she knew the song, we would sing along to the song. If not, then total silence it was. When we arrived at the event, she changed. She became the most outgoing, friendly, and talkative person around. Even I was nothing compared to her, and I usually consider myself a very talkative person. We said hi to everyone we knew, and some we didn't. And we tried all the games being showcased there. We sat next to each other, trying one game after another, commenting on the story, art, music, gameplay, atmosphere, any other aspects you might use to judge a game. But when we played, we just played. No talking during the playthrough. Total silence, as if she was recharging spent energy from all of the interacting she'd done before. Back in her apartment, we didn't talk much. She made 2 cups of green tea latte for both of us, and then we watched Netflix together with only a few words traded. remember green tea latte for a second. Don't you feel bored dating me? She asked. Really, this again? I know, I'm sorry to bring this up again, but you're so silent today, I thought you were mad at me. Honey, I'm not mad at you, why would I be? I don't know, it's just that I'm super introverted and you're super extroverted. There are times when I feel like I'm holding you back from your true self. You're just overthinking things, honey. Tonight was amazing. I can't thank you enough for being willing to join me and sacrifice your stay-at-home relaxation time. We both know how much you love staying in and how rarely you get the chance to do it. Why do you like me? You've asked this question a dozen times in the last 4 months, you know. I nudged her and smiled. I just want to make sure, she said and started crying. Hey, don't be sad, it's okay, and to answer your question, I don't know why I like you. That answer again, because it's true. All I know is I feel comfortable around you. I just feel happy, calm, and I don't know. Do I need to know? It sounds dangerous, liking someone without knowing the reason. Well, believe me, dear, I was confused for the longest time before I realized it's actually the best feeling I've ever had. How about you? Why do you like me? Who said I liked you? I was speechless for a moment. She grinned at me and giggled through the remains of her tears. You should have seen your face. Oh my god, don't mess around with me like that. You almost gave me a heart attack. Good, it means you weren't lying about your feelings, she smiled. You haven't answered my question. It's a secret. That's not fair. I told you mine. I hate to break it to you, but don't know. It's not a proper answer, my dear. But it's an honest one. I know. We stayed silent again. So that was my introvert girlfriend and me. My answer to her was obviously a lie. Not knowing why you like someone is super scary. But I never imagined being able to feel like that for anyone other than her. At least that's how I wish things could be, I thought as I drove back home, alone in my car in total silence. Now, obviously, when it was up here, when it said that she started to become, oh, back there, oh, it's up more. She said that she became the most extroverted person. But now she's saying green tea latte. They were talking about games. That is most obviously Aqua and Myrtle. Or that's what the inspiration for the story is. And there we go. That's that one. The only reason? To learn how to fly. It happened again, I told her as I exhaled smoke. What? I took the train once to get here and fell in love twice. Not this again, she sighed, looking like she wanted to stub her own cigarette out on my face. I just can't help it. She said nothing. It's way easier, you know, seeing someone from afar, letting your imagination roam as you daydream about how he or she lives, ignoring the fact that what you see is not the way they really are. It's way easier. You can't keep doing this to yourself, you know. You need something real. I mean, this might be a stupid suggestion, but you're still using that dating app, right? Try to be more open-minded while you use it. I agree. Good. I agree that was a stupid suggestion. She looked pissed. I couldn't blame her. It's not like this was the first time we talked about this. In fact, this conversation tended to happen around once a season. You need to stop overthinking. Go out and stop putting impossible expectations on people. You know I can't do that. I've tried. I get overexcited at any opportunity. And how has that served you so far? Now I was the one who said nothing. I'm afraid, I said. Of what? Of what will come later. I'm afraid that even if I've found the right person for me, the people around me won't accept them for whoever they are. Fuck the people around you. Another stupid suggestion? I could be jailed for that. Okay. She took a long drag of her cigarette and narrowed her eyes at me. What happened to you recently? You don't usually overthink quite this much, so something must have just happened. The truth is, something did happen. Something too silly to even be discussed, but she knew me. She knew about my problems, so I told her. I watched this stand-up comedy show. Seriously? It's true. I watched one of my favorite stand-up comedians. I knew he'd recently got married to someone he loves, someone I thought was very similar to him. All this time I thought he took the easy way out, finding someone who'd quickly be accepted by the family he was born in and the family he's about to make. But it turned out his journey was far from easy. There were hardships I never knew he faced, and when he talked about it, it scared me. Why? The fact that I'll have to deal with it someday. And the fact that I might have to choose between, at least when I see people on the train and imagine a life with them, those imaginary people don't create these kinds of problems. They do create a different kind of problem, though. She's right. You know, sometimes I feel like I want to go to the tallest building in the city and just jump, I said. To die? That's not it to fly, you fool. If that really happened, all the things that are scaring me won't matter. I can fly. Why the hell would I still care about all these boring, everyday problems? Ain't that the dream, weirdo? She said as she lit another cigarette, leaving the discussion unresolved until it comes back around with the spring rains. I actually don't know who this is supposed to represent. I feel like this references the other story. What is it? Oh, wait, no, which one was it? This one. I feel like it references this one, but I don't know who it would reference. Alright. So I paused the recording on accident, and I never unpaused it. And I got like a third of the way through, and it took me like 10 minutes, and I'm upset. Because it's late, and I'm very tired. So I'm going to be stuttering a lot. And yawning. Alright. Do I want to go with you? Gold with you? No, I don't want to do that. But do I want to be with you here in this moment, stuck in an eternal limbo, in an infinite loop of this exact hour, forever? Hell yeah, I do. It's probably the last time Romeo remembers having a really meaningful conversation with Juliet. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, dear readers. Just like any other story, this one also has a beginning, and it begins with an introduction. Romeo is a young man of 20. He comes from a quite conservative but not yet out of touch family. In other words, they're just like almost every other family in the world. He hates the name his parents gave him, and he hates it even more knowing that his life so far is fulfilling all the cliches of his fictional namesakes. Falling in love with a girl named Juliet is really just the icing on the cliched cake. Juliet is a young woman of 20. She also comes from a quite conservative but not yet out of touch family. In other words, they're also just like almost every other family in the world. She loves the name her parents gave her, although she hates the fact that her life so far is fulfilling half the cliches of her fictional namesake. Falling in love with a boy named Romeo is unfortunate, but she has no plans to die stupidly over it. Both of them study at the same university, and they're definitely not the type of people who naturally choose to be friends. Fate, however, in the form of a hip, young lecturer with an overenthusiasm for assigning group projects and an unfortunate sense of humor, is what brings them together. Simple group assignment is what introduces our young Romeo and Juliet to each other. Even after their first fated meeting, and the many, many more meetings required to finish the assignment, there's no sign that Romeo means anything more to Juliet than a friendly acquaintance she spent a lot of time in the library with. Nor, honestly, does she mean that much more to him. In fact, after she made an ill-judged joke about the literary elephant in the room, she probably means significantly less. As time goes on, and as the group assignments keep coming without the lecturer ever assigning new partners, Romeo and Juliet become close. They both begin to see things in the other that they hadn't noticed before. Though for Romeo, that fact is rather frightening. How could I fall for somebody like her, and named Juliet no less? I can't accept it. My mind's just playing tricks on me. Again and again, around and around, his thoughts chase themselves whenever he sees her. The day is Monday, and Romeo has a class he needs to attend. However, something is different. Normally a relatively anxious fellow, he finds going to a class requires a lot of willpower. Today, however, he finds himself hurrying to get there. He knows why, of course, but he refuses to admit it to himself quite yet. The first thing Romeo does when he opens the door is to look at a specific table. The table where Juliet always sits. To his unacknowledged disappointment, the table is empty. Fuck, mutters Romeo under his breath. He doesn't curse because Juliet is not there, of course. Rather, he curses because noticing this was the first thing he did upon entering the room. After sitting in his usual place, Romeo reopens this book and begins reading. Every time someone opens the door, Romeo turns immediately to look at and quietly whispers a curse again. Again, he is not cursing because he is disappointed it is not Juliet who enters. He is cursing because he turned to look. A few minutes before the class begins, Juliet finally arrives, announcing herself and her friends with a braying laugh as she does so. That sound used to be one of the most annoying sounds in the world, at least as far as Romeo was concerned, but today it brings a small smile to his face. Fuck, curses Romeo again, after he realizes he just smiled at the sound. Romeo in love? He probably is, but he doesn't want to admit that. Falling in love with Juliet is dangerous. Extremely dangerous. They come from completely different backgrounds. They have different skin colors, and they worship different gods. He has no problem with interracial relationships, of course, he doesn't. But he never expected it to happen to him. This simply will not do. I need to talk to you. Romeo looks up. Juliet is standing over his table. Her jaw is set, but her eyes are worried, and he completely forgets all about his own problems. What's up? He asks. Can you keep it a secret? It's really important. Sure, I guess I can. Good enough, because I really need someone to talk to. So Juliet sits down and begins talking her story to Romeo. She talks about the problems she's been facing over the past few months, how they affect her study, about how he's not the first person she's talked to about this, on, and Romeo listens to every word. Eventually, Juliet stops talking and sits quietly. Romeo thinks she looks somehow lighter than she did before she began talking. He doesn't know how to react to what she told him. He tries giving her some advice. Really stupid advice. He thinks as soon as he said it, but he believes it's probably much better than just listening and nodding and watching her walk away. He doesn't he doesn't think he wants her to walk away from him. He thinks about this. One thing is for sure. Juliet trusts Romeo as a friend. They've shared a secret now. Even though Juliet has shared the same secret with others before, this still makes Romeo happy. So damn happy. How pathetic am I? Being happy because someone I like came and told me she's not. Romeo thinks and then shakes his head like a dog shaking off water. After sharing everything she had wanted to share, Juliet starts talking about later topics. Soon they are joking freely. The dark mood of earlier almost completely dissipated. Just before Juliet leaves, Romeo asks her something. Why did you tell me all that? Well, I don't know. I think I can trust you, and you're one of those rare people who can talk to people directly without sugarcoating everything. It's refreshing. And I guess that's why. What Juliet said is true, but Romeo finds it amusing that even though he normally speaks directly to everyone he knows, he can't do that with Juliet. He's not himself when she's around, or so he believes. After that conversation, Romeo falls even more helplessly in love with Juliet. It's stupid as someone who rarely falls so hard for anyone, but Juliet is driving him crazy. And the fact that she makes him feel the closest thing to love he's felt in years, yet a big wall of cultures, norms, and other societal traditions stand between them, hurts him even more. That is, of course, if Juliet is even into him anyway. As the weeks go by, Juliet and Romeo become closer. They start telling each other stories more often, but all of these stories are limited to their courses. They're friends in anything at all besides their feelings for each other. She's not into me, she's just an extrovert. She's friendly with everyone, Romeo keeps thinking. And it's when he's thinking about that suddenly Juliet comes and sits at his table. So you said you want to tell me something? It's true. He's already sent a message to Juliet telling her he wanted to talk about something. Oh wow. Diving straight in. It's nothing all that important anyway, says Romeo. Come on, it's not like you want you to be so indirect about things. What's wrong with you, boyo? Romeo actually called Juliet to talk about her attitude recently. She's been weird, at least in Romeo's eyes. It feels like she's getting farther away, removing herself from many student activities she'd usually partake in. Juliet answers all his questions, all his thoughts and concerns about how she seems to be removing herself from all other side activities. She manages to shrug off or easily explain. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm obsessing over every single thing she does, thinks Romeo, while a pit opens up in his gut at the thought. Is that all? Anything else you want to say? She questions him. Fair is fair, after all. Do you know that I used to like you? The words come out from Romeo's mouth out of the blue. He's horrified even as he recognizes that it's a lie. He still likes her now. He doesn't even know why he decided to confess his feelings right at this random moment. Never mind why he confessed with half a lie. It wasn't planned at all. But when he heard Juliet say, anything else? Well, it's definitely one thing Romeo has been planning to say to Juliet for the last few thousand eons, or as normal humans measure time, since around 8 months ago. Juliet shows a flash of surprise and then says, no, I had no idea at all. Why? Why what? Why do you like me, or did you like me? I mean, there must be a reason. Of course there is. Romeo opens his mouth to tell her and pauses. He blinks slowly and closes his mouth again. Or not, I don't know. I think there is, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm talking gibberish. Juliet does not respond to that. Romeo doesn't even dare to look at her directly, but he can see out of the corner of his eye that she looks dumbfounded. He takes a breath and opens his mouth again, hoping for a lightning strike, divine inspiration, or instant death. He isn't picky. Okay, I see you as a really strong person, okay? You have a big girly side, but you're also a really strong, independent person. Okay, I get the girly part, but what makes you think I'm strong? Well, just look at how you work with all your assignments and organizations. I definitely could never deal with anything as well as you do. Ever. Oh, come on, everybody has something they're good at. You can do things I can't. That's pretty normal, you know? I know, but still, I'm not sure. That's probably what attracts me to you the most. When he says that, Romeo tries looking at Juliet, just for a moment. He saw a twitch of a smile on her lips, but dared not even hope. He ascribes it to his imagination instead. So, what's next then? Asked Juliet. To be honest, I don't know. I said this because I can't keep hiding it forever. I needed to say it to you, even though I know it's impossible for me to ask you out. Considering all the differences between us. Juliet pauses. Oh, of course. You don't need to say anything, though. I just need to get it out of my system. That's all I wanted to say. Well, okay then. I have something else to do. You don't have anything more to say, right? Yes, no, that's all. Juliet nods and says goodbye, then quickly walks away. After Juliet leaves, Romeo lets out a heavy sigh. Good work there. That's one hell of a lot of old baggage I just let go, and a whole hell of a lot of new baggage I replaced it with. Here's an interesting fact about our Romeo. During the whole conversation, he hadn't been able to keep himself from shaking. It's an old habit that he just can't let go of. To his relief, they've been sitting during the whole conversation so he can hide his tremor. Still, even though he feels intense relief after telling Juliet about his feelings, his hands are still trembling. He has to wait a couple of minutes before he can walk away himself. So now, after Romeo's long-awaited, but ultimately useless confession, what's next for our Juliet and her Romeo? Funnily enough, neither she nor Romeo ever mention it again, at least not to each other. Romeo did eventually tell some of his friends about his feelings for Juliet. But what about Juliet? Romeo didn't know anything about how she was coping with this revelation. He expected that she'd probably told some of her friends, as he had told his. But that doesn't even matter, he tells himself. We're not meant for each other anyway. Watching from outside the window, nothing seems to change between them. They still talk about their classes, about their friends, about shows they've watched and books they've read. But they never ever mention again the time when Romeo revealed his feelings to Juliet. At first, Romeo had thought that confessing his feelings would mean letting go of a big boulder inside his heart. As it turns out, it only transformed the boulder into a restless rock monster asking for more. Eventually, he realizes letting Juliet know about his feelings isn't enough. He needs to have her. He He wants to hold her tight. He wants to stare into her eyes and tell her he loves her to Pluto and back. He wants to hear her say, "I love you too." He wants to kiss her. He wants to run away with her to a place where no one cares about their differences and just see them as a cute couple in love. He wants to do all the good things in life together with her, and more than anything on this earth, he simply wants her. The feeling is killing him. How could she be acting normally after that revelation? Does it mean his feelings mean nothing to her at all? The peak of his emotions comes one day when our hero is falling asleep. Suddenly his body is drenched in sweat. His heart beats too fast, and his thoughts only run to one thing. Juliet. He wants. No, nothing so prosaic. He needs Juliet. He doesn't care about anything else, about the traditions, about their families, about anything. There's only one thing he needs to do tomorrow, and that's to confess his feelings again to Juliet. This time, however, he's going to ask her out. If she feels the same way, he'll ask her to just give it a try and fight the world together. He resolves that he is going to take a leap of faith, and it'll be the first thing he does the next time they meet. To be continued. Well, luckily, I have the next episode right here. Alright, and the last two stories. Happily Ever After, Ever After, Ever After, Part 2, and Part 3. It doesn't happen the next time Romeo and Juliet meet. When Romeo sees her, he knows something isn't right. After that, each time he sees her, he feels uncomfortable, almost afraid. Our hero isn't scared of much, but he can't explain how she makes him feel. As though she's surrounded by a fierce, powerful aura that keeps him from approaching. It takes a few days for whatever it is to fade. When that sense of danger finally eases up, Romeo finds he has the courage to approach her. Cunningly, he waits until the end of a night class when both of them are ready to go home. "Hey Jules, are you heading back? Let me drive you home." "No, it's fine, I'll just call an Uber. I have something I need to tell you, though." Her expression quickly changes to one Romeo's never seen before. An uncomfortable looking mixture between happy, sad, and angry. He finds he doesn't know what to call it. She peers at him. "What's it about?" "It's about, the thing I told you a few months ago." The slight smile he saw when he first confessed his feelings returns to her face. "Okay, let's go for a drive. I know a good place to talk." Juliet directs Romeo sporadically, and they chat normally to fill the intervening time until they reach what she reveals to be their destination. A large, dark, empty park. That rhymed. Huh. I didn't know there was a park around here. You know nothing, Romeo. Hey, what? You said you don't read or watch Game of Thrones. She side-eyes him. It's all over the internet, my dude. Good point. Well made. Our heroes climb over the locked gate and meander slowly along the paths until they find a bench. Then an unspoken decision has them both sit down at the same time. By this point, it's close to midnight. The drive had been long, and he'd driven slower than usual to stretch out their time together. The sky is bright with stars, while the full moon hangs heavily on the horizon. A warm and gentle breeze brings with it the scent of wet earth and green, growing things, and far distant clouds tease them with the idea of rain before morning. It is, Romeo feels, perfect, as though God had created it, especially for them and this moment. "So," Juliet says, lowering her gaze from the milky splash of stars above them to meet his eyes, "what do you want to talk to me about?" And Romeo thinks, what the hell, and jumps right in. "I told you I liked you, do you remember?" "Yeah. It was a lie." "What do you mean?" "Oh, careful, dear Romeo. You should not play with a woman's heart." "I still like you. I never stopped liking you. And every day I like you more. I don't think I can go another day without telling you how I feel." "Oh, I know." His jaw snaps shut, and he blinks rapidly. This is not what he thought she would say. "What? Is it that obvious? No, but it was kind of easy to guess. Okay. So, yeah, there's that. And, when I first told you how I felt, I thought it would help me clear my head. I wanted it to. But since then, it's haunted me. Why did I want that? I think of you and I want to see you. I see you and I want to talk to you. He continues laying bare all the things he's been thinking of these past few weeks, culminating in an impassioned plea. I know it probably won't end well, but I want to be with you. I want us to try. Juliet takes his hand and squeezes it, feels the tremble in his fingers and says nothing about it. Romeo, I like you, she begins, and his heart near bursts. I like you a lot, and not only as your friend, but you know that with our backgrounds and our families, it's impossible for us to be together. I know that, Juliet. I know, but I really like spending time with you. Whenever I talk to you, I feel so happy and so scared. Why would you feel scared? Because I don't want to say anything that will make you think less of me. I want to look perfect in front of you, even though whenever we're together, it feels like I can only show all of my imperfections. Hey, nobody's perfect. They sit quietly for a moment, still holding hands. Romeo stares as their intertwined fingers while Juliet watches the breeze ripple through the trees. It still feels weird, our heroine muses, almost to herself. You told me that you liked me, and I thought it could never work. And then you said the same, and I was disappointed. Somehow. Now here you are, telling me to forget all the rules, and I'm the one saying they're important. Well, tell me about it. I don't even know where this is all coming from. You don't like what I like, and I don't like what you like. And please don't get me started on the fact that your favorite book is the single worst thing I have ever read. Huh? You mean The Secret? Yes. Oh God, please let's not talk about it now, okay? She tilts her head back and laughs, and Romeo remembers that he used to hate that sound a long time ago. Alright, let's not talk about it. But if you know a relationship won't go well, why do you keep telling me how you feel? Why don't you just try to forget me? I've tried, he sighs, squeezing her hand gently. But every conversation with you is enough to make me feel that you mean so much to me. You don't listen to explosions in the sky, but you're what I think of whenever I do. You don't play video games as much as me, but you're on my team is what I want the most whenever I play a multiplayer game. We pray to different gods, but your face is the one that appears whenever I pray for a good future. Juliet doesn't say anything. She just looks into his eyes while listening to everything he's been keeping in his head and his heart for a long time. Before this, I always thought that whenever I fell in love with someone, it would be a person that I wanted to grow old with. Do I want to grow old with you? No, I don't want to do that. But do I want to be with you, here in this moment, stuck in eternal limbo, in an infinite loop of this exact hour forever? Hell yeah, I do. Neither Romeo nor Juliet speak for some time after that. They just keep staring at each other. They don't know what it is, but they surely feel something strange. Something magical is happening between them now. A delicate thing which twists in the air around them, young and oh, so fragile. Do you love me? Juliet asks quietly. I'm not sure, Romeo answers. But if it's not love, then I don't know what it is. But if it is love, why don't you want to grow old with me? Because it is just love. You're such a weirdo. I don't know why I ever fell in love with you, says Juliet. Right at that moment, Romeo feels joy in his heart, a tsunami of happiness sweeping through his body, destroying all the baggage that has been messing with his head and heart for so many months. But then reality hits as suddenly as the joy. Everything happens in a single instant. In just one moment, Romeo feels the greatest happiness and the greatest sadness he's ever felt in his life. Hey, I might not be worth you sacrificing everything, especially your family, but if love is really that special, then maybe it will give us another chance to be together, Even though maybe it can only happen in another life when we are both cats, says Romeo. Did you just quote Vanilla Sky at me? I can't believe you did that. That's hilarious that you said that. You know I hate that movie. It's a great movie. How the hell did I manage to fall in love with you again? Both of them start to laugh together, continuing until all the laughter drains into simple smiles. A simple, beautiful curve on their lips that shows a deeper meaning, only for the two of them. I love you, says Romeo. I love you too, I guess, answers Juliet. And they sit closer now while holding hands. Juliet pulls her head on Romeo's shoulder. Is it worth it? She asks. For now, right at this moment, it's totally worth it. But whether that feeling will last as time goes by, if more people find out about it, I don't know. Juliet sighs quietly. Life sucks sometimes. Life sucks most of the time. That's why I want to make this moment last forever, if that's even possible. It's possible, if we believe it. Is that what that weird book taught you? Laughs Romeo. Shut up, Juliet answers and pinches his hand. They stay silent again for a while. Hey, kiss me. The words come from Juliet. Romeo doesn't really know how to react to that. Why? He asks. I've heard people say that a kiss is a magical thing. It can stop time, or take you to the future in an instant. I've heard that story. I always thought it was silly, though. The situation we're stuck in is pretty silly too, you know? Good point, he allows. Well made. So... They stare at each other. As they lean in, they close their eyes. When their lips touch for the first time, it's the strangest sensation either of them has ever felt. Everything feels so magical. It feels as if time has stopped, only for them. As if they're in an infinite loop of that exact moment. To be continued. One more. It's shorter, sad. Alright. Happily ever after, ever after, ever after. Romeo comes awake with a gasp. His mind already whirling as he tries to make sense of what's happening. Was it just a dream? He thinks. Please forgive him, dear readers. He's barely awake. He has no idea how or when he got home, but he's still wearing yesterday's clothes, and he experiences the unwashed, uncomfortable feeling that comes with waking after falling asleep fully dressed. Then he remembers. Juliet, what happened to her? He rifles through blankets and pockets until he finds his cell phone and immediately fires off a message to her. He won't admit it, will barely remember it through the haze of panic, but he spends the next 14 minutes and 10 seconds staring fixed at it until it vibrates in his hand and he drops it to the floor. Romeo, Juliet's voice is muffled by the carpet, but he doesn't think he's ever been so relieved to hear it. Where are you? Are you alright? I'm fine, what about you? I'm okay, we need to talk. Something's definitely different. Romeo opens his mouth to agree before he even realizes how he feels. He's been so weighed down by his feelings for so long that he hadn't noticed that something changed until Juliet brought it up. Waking up has been bad for so long, but today he feels different. Today he feels good. When Romeo arrives at the coffee shop, Juliet is already there. She waits until he orders an Americano, patiently sipping her orange juice until he joins her. So, Romeo says as he seats himself opposite Juliet. What happened last night? She shrugs, shakes her head, the picture of honest confusion. I'm not sure, but I felt kind of light when I woke up in the morning. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I feel like a part of me is missing. She nods in agreement, and they're quiet for a time. Juliet plays with her straw, the paper melting quickly in the icy remnants of her drink. Ooh, a paper straw. She trails off and tries again. Do you actually remember what happened last night? Kind of? Romeo frowns and grimaces. I'm not sure, though. How do you feel about me now? Asks Juliet. He pauses to consider. I don't know. I still like you. A lot, in fact. But it's certainly a different kind of feeling to the last few months. That's exactly how I feel. He sighs explosively. What the hell happened? Juliet leans in, holds his gaze, lowers her voice. I'm not sure myself, but I have this theory. Maybe, and I know it sounds wild, but hear me out. Just maybe the parts of us that fell in love with the other somehow left us last night. They separated themselves from this world, making it their own, where time loops an exact moment over and over and over again. Romeo looks her in the eye without blinking for a long moment, then bursts out laughing. You're a complete mad woman, you know that? That's just... You're not even the one who likes sci-fi and fantasy. Oh, shut it, boyo. She huffs at him and crosses her arms as she leans back. No, seriously, he waves a hand at her. The fact that theory came out of your mouth is crazier than the theory itself. Her lip twitches, and then she's laughing with him, and for a glorious moment, the air is filled with pure, uncomplicated good humor. When the laughter winds die down, they each find that they can't stop grinning at the other, and it's beautiful, and just like it used to be. A thought occurs to Romeo, and he opens his mouth, and Juliet immediately points a finger at him. Shut up. He closes his mouth, but keeps grinning, hands held up in surrender. You can't say it isn't possible, though, she defends herself with a wreathed shrug. Romeo tilts his head. Nothing is impossible. So, what now? What now? What? I mean, what happens to us now? He looks around and shrugs. We just live normally, I guess. It's been months, if not eons, since I could talk to you normally like this, and honestly, it feels awesome. She laughs, and it's so much easier than it has been in a long time. Yeah, I know. She smiles at him. So we're good then? We're better than good, I guess, answers Romeo. Good point, Juliet nods. Well made. After that, life goes on for Romeo and Juliet. They're still good friends. They both found their loves, the one who shares their interests, that doesn't force them to sacrifice too many things in life, yet still makes them feel like the happiest person on earth. They grow old together, as good friends, not as lovers. What about the Romeo and Juliet who burn with love for each other? Readers, I'll tell you. That couple is still sitting on their bench in the park on that clear and perfect night, and they'll stay there until the end of time. They created their own world without other people meddling, judging, forcing compromises for the rest of eternity. They will have each other and their pure, naive, young love, and nothing will ever change that. Some people say that on a clear night with the promise of dawn rain, when the Milky Way flows across the sky and the full moon hangs low, you can see a young couple sitting on a bench in the park, but only out of the corner of your eye, and only if you've room for romance in your soul. Is it true, you ask me? Does it matter? I reply. Surely it doesn't matter to anyone else on earth. And it certainly does not matter to them. Oh, that was so cool, kind of. I mean, I'm gonna assume that's about Bailey's and Lua, but they end up not being together. That's so weird. I thought they would be together, but I guess that happens. And a little complimentary prize, the thank you note. Your fiction plan free trial is over. Did you enjoy the content we provided for you? Do subscribe to our fiction plan for only $5 a month to join our premium subscription plan for only $10 a month with access to all of our content. With your subscription, you can help support high-quality, unbiased journalism, as well as giving young fiction writers an appreciative audience. God. This is so crazy. That's just everything else. It was written by you. And here you go. The old classic for all your troubles. And espresso. I did know. Tomodachi, what are you doing? Oh, I clicked on you. I saw the child. I don't know why it says I didn't. Child. But I think that's it for Coffee Talk. I might be wrong. But who knows? It might be the end. It might not be. That's a pretty bad heart. And it's heartbroken. Wait, I can do something better. There we go. That's a heart, obviously. That's so bad. There we go. That's somehow better. It looks like a pair of lungs. But anyways, I think that'll do it all for Coffee Talk. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, dusk, dawn, whatever. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.